Hello, McCastle here, and welcome to this little mod review of a wonderful add-on for the Create mod, and for the Chip mod, actually. It's called, well, it does some other things besides that, but it's called a Create Quality of Life, which, by its name, you know it gives a few quality of life improvements. So let's dive right in, and we'll check this out. The first thing it does that I'm going to highlight here is that it provides these saws versions, the saw versions of the chipped benches, so that you can automate the creation of these different variations, which comes in quite handy if you're trying to create a giant build and have some stuff automated. So a few caveats with this real quick. Currently I'm using 1.20.1 version 1.0 of this quality of life mod. If you have the latest versions of Chipped, it will actually crash your mod if you try to, or crash your game if you try to put blocks through these. So you need to use version 3.0.1 of the Chipped mod in order for that to happen. Now, I've submitted this, and also, if you notice, I don't have shaders because these crash it as well as soon as you place down shaders. Or sorry, if you have shaders on, as soon as you place one of these down, it crashes. I've submitted both of those to the mod owner. We'll see if it gets updated, but works fine as long as you use that version and no shaders. So how do we make these? Well, you take a mechanical saw and you deploy one of the workbenches on it. Pretty simple. So I've got this right here, hopper full of the different benches, all the different saws, and there we go. We'll have one of each of the saws in here. So as you can see, if you run these along the saw, just like a normal saw, you can add the filter for whatever kind of block you want. Otherwise, it'll just do a random one. So if I cleared this filter here and pick that up, you'll see it just will randomly, just like the normal Create mechanical saw, right? And then, you know, works for each of these saws. I'm not going to go through each of them, but there you go. And again, there's one for each of the types, and they look really cool. It's pretty cool. Actually, I installed on an accident without the chip mod, and all these were blank, so it actually uses the same textures, which I think was pretty clever. So all the different pieces that I can actually come from the chip blocks. Next, it actually brings back a feature that used to be in Create. Well, still is in Create, but only available through commands or JEI. And that is, if we come in here, we superheat, oh, come on, if I could throw, if we superheat 3 powdered obsidian, 3 glowstone dust, and 1 polished rose quartz, we get this chromatic compound, which again is part of the base Create mod, but it was removed. The functionality of it was removed. You couldn't craft it, but it brings it back. Now what do we do with this? Well, we can create this refined radiance by putting it in the beam of a beacon, or if we go into the end, there we are in the end, and this feels wrong, trust me, I know, I feel it. You dump it off and it goes into the void. Oh, please come back. Okay. It comes back as shadow steel, right? So let's take a look at what we can do with these. Oh, I gotta go. Don't worry, I did not use commands to kill the dragon. All right, so what do we do with these? So they can be used to create casings. So radiant casings or shadow casings, which are pretty cool. And again, these are from the Create mod, the base Create mod, but you can't craft them normally. The other thing we can do is we can, again, superheat and mix these together. Oh, except for, man, they are slippery buggers. Oh my gosh. Aha, there we go. Jeez. Mix those and you get this shadow radiance, which you can't make casings out of. It's actually a crafted component. Man, it'd be nice if Past Me would, you know, replace stuff after he tests it. Anyway, we take and do a crafting mechanical crafting like this with brass casings along the bottom, brass casings in an N shape around the edge here, an eye of ender, and then our shadow radiance. We can actually create something pretty special. There we go, our inventory linker, which can be powered from below, as you can see here. And it has a few different modes. It can link to an inventory, armor, or offhand. So let's actually set this one to armor real quick. But this it's not linked to anybody yet. What we need to do is we need to take paper. Let's grab 2, whatever. And you apply an eye of ender to it, and it gives you this player paper. Now if you right click with it in your hand, I don't know if it works if you right click somebody else. That could be kind of evil. Anyway, I'm a single player, so I can't test that. So this is now linked to my armor. So if I come in here and let's put this here, let's hit F5 so you can see I'm not wearing any armor. But if I dump this in here, if we switch this around, then dump these in here, it applies it to my armor stuff. Oh, you gotta actually make it in there. Oh, jeez. There we go. And then, of course, if I was to switch this around, it would take them off of me. Right? Same goes with offhand, and same goes with inventory. So, say I turn this on here. I got this set. If I accidentally pick up any of these stupid diamonds that no one ever wants, oh, I gotta apply this to myself. Like, oh hey, look, diamonds. Oh, it burns them. Which seems like that'd be a very cruel trick if you could link it to someone's. Anyway, some fun things added. Again, not a super large or complex mod, but it definitely has some really useful quality of life features. Brings like the cool shadow casing, radiant casing, with some fun crafting recipes there, as well as the enjoyable inventory linker, which there's some pretty cool things you could do with this. I guess you could, have it automatically store any diamonds or anything you had, so that way if you accidentally died, they were back at your base. You don't have to throw them in the lava. That doesn't have to be what you do with it, I promise. And then obviously the chipped automation. Well, thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoy this mod. Go check it out. The link to the Curse Forge is in the description. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.